Good morning, friends. Let me show you what's in my wheelbarrow. I'll be planting quite a few plants today out onto the allotment in the flower bed. So I'll show you what I've got. Firstly, we've got this lupin, another larger lupin that's already started to flower. So I've got that one as well. And some foxgloves, and thank you to my plot neighbour Elena, who also got me a nice large geum plant as well, which is lovely, a red one. So I've already got the orange and now I've got a red one to plant in there as well, so I'm really looking forward to that. Thank you, Elena. Amazing. I absolutely love it on the plot when the flowers are out and I'm just surrounded by colour. It's just such a nice feeling. Today I've really enjoyed getting right into this bed, doing a little bit of weeding and then planting some cottage style plants, because it'll be nice for this geum to be accompanied by the purple flowering alliums, and then later the foxgloves and lupins. And yeah, it's just lovely. And when things are this nice, I just like to sit down for a little while and just take in the magnificent colour. The tulips are going over now, but we're being followed on by more flowers. And yeah, this is just a picture. It's absolutely lovely. And today I've also planted a red geum just behind me. So yeah, lovely, perfect. One of my most favourite things to plant last year was a whole row of gladioli bulbs, and they were spectacular. We had them as cut flowers regularly. Each week I'd pick different colours, and as you can see here, they're coming back. So need to get here and remove some of this grass, but as you can see, we've got signs of life again. The gladioli bed is establishing itself again, and we'll have lots of colour here in this bed. This is amazing, and it's really good to see that they are appearing again. We have very good, well draining soil here, and so gladioli do really well. I can leave them in the winter. I just sometimes mulch them. Even my dahlias, I don't take out my dahlias. I leave them in the ground and I just cover them in a mulch. And I can see my lilies are returning as well, so I'm sure that would be followed by the dahlias as well. So those of you that know this year, my plot early this year and late last year, my plot flooded. So some of the parts where I had a lot of water, I've decided that I will be planting some more flowers. And so let's do another gladioli bed. Follow me, I'll show you where I'm doing it. So here at the bottom of my plot, it's more towards the entrance really, so it's the top of my plot. I'm going to plant some more gladioli. So just behind me here, I'll be planting some more gladioli and also some dahlias. So let me show you what I've got planned. So I've got my equipment here and we'll soon be getting some plants in. There's actually 6 dahlias in here, so plenty. Also got some more gladioli, and you know this is going to be full of colour, from corals to mauves and whites and pinks, more bright pink, similar colour again, and some really vibrant ones as well. I think these will look a picture here at the entrance of my plot, so really looking forward to getting them in. Let's get planting. I can already see that from some of these dahlia tubers, they're already starting to shoot. So that's a good sign of a nice healthy plant. So I'm just going to lay them out where I roughly want them to be planted, and then we'll bury them. The different size bulbs as well, so yeah, different types of plants, and it's really nice because then in a vase you'll get different heights as well, as some are a bit larger than others. And I don't mind mixing them up either. It's nice to just get a mix of different colours. The birds around my allotment plot are all so busy nesting. I'm keeping my distance from the blue tit nest just to give them some privacy, and they are doing well. In fact, the hen is spending a lot of time in the nest now, and I definitely think she is laying, so that's really exciting. But what tends to happen with blue tits and robins as well is they'll lay their clutch, and once they've laid the whole clutch, that's when she'll sit tight and she will not leave the nest usually. Usually her mate brings her food. So it's just amazing to see. I always get excited at this time of the year, especially now I can actually see the gladioli coming up from last year. And yeah, some of these are shooting as well. Now that I can see them coming up, it's just a sign that these should be okay now. We are getting frosts, but a light frost won't bother these. But if it's a really hard frost, then you can lose bulbs, just like your dahlias as well. You can lose the tubers if you get a really harsh frost. But I'm hoping we are past that now. There's a few light frosts occasionally, but nothing to really worry about. To be honest, behind me here on this side, I've got my potatoes that were planted in my earlies. I've got so much work to do on the plot. I can see it is looking quite shabby. But then, to be honest, I work full time as a lawyer. That's my day job. So I have a very busy day job, and I'm pretty much a weekend gardener. But now that we get longer days after work, if it's still light, I can come and enjoy the allotment a little bit. I like coming and watering and seeing what's happening. And sometimes my son will join me as well in the evenings. It's really lovely. Evenings on an allotment site in the summer are just perfect. So yeah, let me just show you close up what I've done, and then I'll get these planted. It's really exciting. On this side of the allotment last year, I had a whole row of sunflowers. If any have self-seeded, you never know, we might end up getting some sunflowers pop up here as well. But let's see. But this is where I had my sunflowers, and now it'll be another row of gladioli and dahlias. So exciting. Oh, and behind you, I've actually got a lot more to plant as well, more flowers. This plot's going to look, fingers crossed, it's going to look full of colour in the summer. It's already starting to look colourful and I'm loving it. It just makes me so happy. I was looking back at the plot last year and I realised it was looking a little bit better than it is at the moment. Although I have come over and I've done some strimming and cleared the paths, so I have mowed the paths as well, but it still was looking better last year. But I did not let that dishearten me at all, because I know that I'm talking to you right now and there's a massive slug in front of me, and that's what happens when you get a lot of weeds and a lot of grass. You will get the pests, so that's something to be aware of, and that's why we need to really get in there and at least clear the beds from any weeds, because then there's nowhere for those pests to hide. It does sometimes feel a little bit disheartening, I'm not going to lie, but one thing I must say is that I know that I can only garden on the weekends, and now the evenings, as we get lighter evenings and brighter evenings, I can come do some watering and do a little bit of gardening, and I'm sure I'll catch up. As long as I get in the plot what I need to grow and get some really nice harvests and some lovely flowers, I will be happy. Because I think a lot of the times allotments can feel quite overwhelming, and especially when you've got a full-time job or you've got other things going on in your life as well, your allotment probably isn't going to take that priority, and it's a hobby at the end of the day. It's something that you would enjoy doing, and if you enjoy doing it, you don't want it to start becoming a chore. And that's my sort of way of thinking this year, is that I'm going to be practical, so I'm going to keep on top of the weeds in a practical way, but I'm not going to be overly obsessive about it, because last year I think I was, and I look back and I'm really happy at what I've achieved. It was a good year last year, and I'm just hoping that this year will be an even better year. I mean, already things are looking good. I mean, look at the rhubarb behind me. I'm going to take some of that now, but yeah, we're getting there, and things are looking nice, and that's what it's all about. I mean, yeah, there are areas on the plot that could do with some attention. Still need to trim even more. There's some more grass here as well, but it will get done, and it will get done when I have time to do it, and as long as I don't let it get too overwhelming. Another thing I want to share with you, and the reason why I've not spent as much time on this allotment, is because I've really been concentrating on my garden at home, and I feel last year it was my garden at home that was a little bit more neglected than my allotment, and this year at the moment I'm feeling it's the other way around, but it's not, because I can manage the allotment as long as I get all my veg and fruits on here. I'm happy, and my flowers. At home it's going to be a bonus, and I'm going to show you what I've been up to at home. So let's harvest some more of this lovely rhubarb. Take a look at that. They have gone a bit crazy in here. With my wife, we're both going to make some rhubarb and raspberry jam this year. Oh no. There you go. Just take a look at this tasty rhubarb. So glossy. Amazing. We'll get this home and we'll try some raspberry and rhubarb jam. Really can't wait. Just take a look at these tomatoes. They're all doing really well. So all the plants in my conservatory are actually doing really well. Some more tomatoes here, and then we've got some okra and some melons here doing really well. Herbs as well, doing nicely. Can already smell the basil, amazing. We've got here some courgettes, some more melons, those are Malaga, a couple of crimson sweet watermelon here, cucumbers, lettuce looks like I can already harvest it. It's just gone crazy here. Still haven't got the onions out. I know that's really bad. All these tomatoes are the ones from Ali, which all definitely need to be potted on now. I've also got some okra here and also some more sweet melons as well. So everything's doing really well. It's because things are nice and sunny and warm in here, so the conditions are perfect for everything to grow nicely. Excuse the wind, but I'm working on these beds here. So look at these. This is a David Austin climbing rose that I need to secure against the fence so it can do its thing and climb. There's some more brambles in here that I need to clean, but this whole area is going to be a nice bed full of cottage style planting, foxgloves, lupins, just lots of colour here. And here is my lovely palm tree, and it's lovely blue skies today, though it's still a little bit windy. Let me show you what I've been doing on this side. Well, firstly, I'll show you my bananas, which are doing really, really well. Look how tall these are this year. Amazing. Look at this. They're already shooting out leaves. So these come out all rolled up and then they open out into large leaves. And you usually get one leaf a week usually on these, so they're doing really well. They're getting really big. I've got some lovely crocosmia here, which is going to look stunning. It's a little dwarf one with very deep orange flowers. I think it's one that was imported from, there's a really nice garden centre called Pan Global Plants that do lots of unusual flowers, and I think this was one of them. I've also got the Lucifer behind, which is another red crocosmia, which looks amazing. And over here next to the crocosmia, I've got a really dark foliage canna that's under there that should start showing up soon, and that grows some really stunning red flowers but really dark black foliage, which looks stunning with the bananas. Now over here there's a lot of mess and I've dismantled the shed, but from here I'm going to start my raised beds. So we're going to have some raised beds here with wood chip paths area coming. It was just completely full of brambles. It was just horrible, really, really horrible. But now I've cleared it all, and this tree is going because it's just not doing anything. It's not doing anything for the wildlife. It doesn't do anything for the birds. It's just an evergreen shrub that's gotten completely out of control and turned into a tree, and it just shades this whole area. This is a south facing garden, and just look at this. All this is in shade. It should be in sun. The sun is directly behind this tree. So this will go, and the plan is to hopefully have my polytunnel here. It would look amazing. And this shed here is an old cattery. We've also used it as an aviary, and it's a nice solid shed. And in here we'll hopefully be housing our chickens. So it's got a nice safety porch, nice housing area there for them to roost and lay. And I'm going to give this all a really good clean, and then hopefully we can use this as our chicken shed, but they will also be able to go out and about and roam free. So I'm going to give this a really good tidy, and then we'll hopefully have our laying hens in there. I've already got some planned, but yeah, they hopefully will be with us soon, but not yet. I don't think they're quite ready yet. Over here, some really stunning mature trees. If only you could smell this. This lilac smells absolutely amazing. Honestly, it's amazing. It's a really mature lilac tree. I reckon this tree must be about 30 years old. It is huge and really, really old. And I'm going to give it a lovely prune at the end of this year when it's dormant over the autumn and winter period. Next to it is a really mature desert apple tree that's in full blossom. Again, these are covered in ivy, so we will be clearing those, but look at that, it's just full of blossom, so lots of fruits hopefully on the way. But yeah, so I'm going to clear all this ivy and tidy all this up as well. Look, I've been clearing all these shrubs here, but as you can see, things are coming along slowly, definitely taking shape. This sunshine is lifting the spirits and getting us all into the gardening mood. Before I go, I want to leave you with some summer vibes. I hope you enjoy.